Taped from New Jersey, it's the SNL Nerds, the show where two comics from New Jersey nerd out about Saturday Night Live. I'm your co-host, Darren Patterson.
And I'm your co-host, John Trumbull.
John Trumbull, how are you, sir?
I'm okay. I'm all right.
Well, you should be.
Nobody's got to worry about me.
Oh, I see what you did there. Clever. You're just a clever man you are. Well, I mean, you should be ecstatic because we have yet another guest. This is like our third episode in a row where we got a guest.
This is true. Yeah,
it's true.
It's an exhausting trend, quite honestly. I mean, we're happy to have our guests always, but it's like when you have guests over your home, you have to entertain, you have to clean your house, you have to put the dishes away, you gotta, stash away your porn, all that stuff. Put on your party manners, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Put pants on. You know the routine.
Yeah, and I'm only willing to do about half of those things. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
I hear you, brother. But yeah, so because we're talking about an Eddie Murphy film today, we've decided to have on our Eddie Murphy expert, ladies and gentlemen, actor, comedian extraordinaire, Mr. Nigel Fullerton is in the building.
Oh, fabulous, yeah! Oh, I love this, yes. I'm great, I'm happy. Thank you for having me again, thank you. All too kind.
Yeah, that's a good one.
If Nigel sounds familiar to you, it's because we've had him on before. We had him on for episode 243, where we covered Beverly Hills Cop, and again on episode 319, where we covered 48 Hours. So you are like our official Eddie Murphy consultant, I would say.
Well, thank you for having me, and I think you guys have been on my podcast as well. I know Darren's been on. I think I did one with you also. I think that's where the extra episode came from.
Maybe that's it. Yeah,
I think that's what it was.
Before we started recording, we were trying to remember, like, how many times have you been on the pod? And it turned out to be only 2, and we're like, that seems low. So, okay. Which Eddie Murphy movie did we cover on your pod?
I think we just did just Saturday Night Live, just in general.
Oh, okay.
That sounds about right.
Radical thought.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I know I did an episode about Bowfinger on your
Bowfinger, yes.
Plugger. And like I really liked that episode because like I hadn't seen Bowfinger in forever, and like I remember the first time watching it thinking it was okay, and then I rewatched it for your podcast, and I was like, oh, this is way better and way funnier than I remember. I was slipping first time I saw it.
It was so just like all Eddie Murphy movies, especially around where we're talking about in this point in Eddie's career, this is like between the bounce back versus the floundering, as they say. So a lot of times this is like this probably between 95 up until around 2002. It was up and down for Eddie. And Nutty Professor is one of those movies. Bowfinger is one of those movies. But then you get all the way down to Pluto Nash, and you're like, all right, I don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah.
Crash and burn. But yeah, as Nigel said, we're talking about The Nutty Professor because it's the 30-year anniversary of that movie. Came out.
Is it?
It's been 30 years. Came out June 28th, 1996. Directed by Tom Shadyac, the man who directed Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, Liar Liar, Patch Adams, and both Bruce and Evan Almighty. This movie was
both the Almighties. Wow,
both double Almighty. This movie was written by 4 people. We got Tom Shadyac, Steve Odekirk, who wrote Patch Adams, Bruce and Evan Almighty, and Steve also wrote and directed Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls, the sequel. And the Martin Lawrence, Tim Robbins movie, Nothing to Lose, which...
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I remember that movie.
Remember that?
I actually rewatched that movie.
Let me amend that. I vaguely remember that movie.
I mean, I remember seeing ads and stickers like for the soundtrack to that movie everywhere.
The soundtrack was good. Yeah. I don't know about the movie, but the soundtrack had Bone Thugs and Harmony. It had a couple songs on there.
Okay. Yeah, there's this thing happened in the late 90s where like the soundtrack to certain movies were like way bigger than the actual movie. I can't explain it.
Yeah.
And also who wrote on this film, The Nutty Professor. We got the writing duo of Dave Sheffield and Barry Blaustein. Blaustein, the two SNL writers who worked very closely with Eddie when he was on the show, wrote some of his biggest sketches. They also wrote Coming to America, Boomerang, and the sequel Coming to America, and as well as the sequel to Nutty Professor 2, The Clumps. This movie had a budget of 54 mil, grossed over 274 mil. Goddamn, this movie was such a big hit.
It was.
It was the comeback. It was the comeback. It had to be because. Go for it.
Yeah. No, I was just saying, I remember Eddie Murphy. He had a great line when like people were referring to this movie as his comeback. He was like, "I'm not really coming back. I've been here. Y'all are coming back to the theater."
Exactly. Exactly. That's basically what it was, because it's a time between Coming to America all the way up to Nutty Professor. You had movies like Boomerang. You had movies like Distinguished Gentleman. Where else? Beverly Hills Cop.
Vampire in Brooklyn.
3. Vampire in Brooklyn, which was a downfall for everybody. And now you have Nutty Professor, where he's going back to doing multiple characters, and that's what everybody was excited about.
Yeah, because he's always kind of been, dipping his toes, but he always has been like sort of playing those multiple characters in a lot of movies, like Coming to America, he played the old Jewish man, and then and Vampire in Brooklyn, he played the Italian guy. So he's always kind of been doing that, but with Nutty Professor, it's like the culmination of him. Being that Peter Sellers type character, something that also Mike Myers would kind of do it with the Austin Power movies with Dr. Evil and Fat Bastard and whatnot.
Right, but I think this is the first time he actually was talking to himself. This had not been done before. This is like 7 characters he's doing in this movie, but the whole table scene of him talking to himself. This is something that I think. The only other person to do it was Richard Pryor in Which Way Is Up.
Oh, wow. That's a throwback.
I think that's the only other person that's done it. I know Peter Sellers did do multiple characters, but I don't think they ever actually spoke to each other.
Well, I know in Doctor Strangelove, Peter Sellers was playing like a different character in each separate sequence. Like he was the president. Well, actually, no, wait. The president did interact with Doctor Strangelove, so I take that back.
Okay.
And he was also, I can't remember the name of his character, but he was also with the insane general Jack D. Ripper. He was Colonel Mandrake, I think, and he was supposed to play the bomber pilot, but he had a heart attack, I think, so he couldn't do that 4th role. He had to play only 3.
You sure it was the real one? Was it like one of those Fred Sanford heart attacks, or was it just?
Yeah, I don't. I'm trying to imagine Peter Sellers having a Fred Sanford style party. I'm coming this way. That would be wild. I would pay money to see that.
This movie was his quote unquote comeback. It was like a huge hit, made tons of money. And Nigel, you said yourself, this is like one of your favorite Eddie Murphy films. So extrapolate on that.
So why this was my favorite movie? This is the movie that made me want to be a stand-up. This is actually the movie that made me want to act. I actually saw Eddie Murphy on the Oprah Winfrey Show, and he was talking about how he had to be different characters and how this character interacted with this character, and I thought this was the best thing ever. So I went to acting class, and they told me I needed a monologue, and the only movie I knew, or like they told me pick my favorite movie, and I picked Nutty Professor, which I didn't know you can't do for a monologue. So I went into class and I was just like, oh, fabulous. Ain't nothing like getting together, having a hot meal. Oh, fabulous. Sherman's like, we don't see your ass no more. Well, I've been real busy with my research. Only thing you need to study is your ass. I got a big ass. Your mama got a big ass. Cletus, you do got a big ass. So I did that. I did the whole scene from the table in Nutty Professor. I got laughs and stares.
Just befuddled stares.
It was very weird. I didn't want to go back to class after that.
Oh boy.
That's really funny. But that's a lesson that stuck with you, it sounds like.
It was a lesson that stuck with me. It was honestly, this was the point in Eddie's career where he was just trying things out. He was doing things on his own terms. He already did the Beverly Hills Cop 3. He already did another 48 hours. So this was actually one of the movies that he chose from his childhood to redo. And I've never seen the actual original Nutty Professor.
Yeah, really? I haven't seen that one either.
Years, like decades ago. I think I might have seen it when I was like a kid.
I think I've seen bits of it on TV. This was actually my first time around with this version of the
Oh, wow.
Ooh. Yeah, so I hadn't seen this one. I didn't see it back in the day.
What did you think?
Well,
I would love to know.
I gotta say, I wasn't too nuts about it. I don't want to rain on your parade because
it's okay.
I can feel your love of the movie coming through. But I watched it and I was like, oh yeah.
Well, the difference is I watched it in 1996. So like for me, I'm looking at it from 1996 eyes when I still thought Ace Ventura was funny.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So like if I watch Ace Ventura now, I'm not going to be laughing, especially when nature calls. I'm not going to be laughing the way that I would in 96 or 97 when these movies came out. So I look at it from that lens. Now, everything's been done under the sun. So your tolerance for funny isn't as it was back then.
That's true. And also, I've never been like a big one for like fart jokes or that sort of thing. Anyway, so
there's all fart jokes.
Yeah, I know
it is, but it's not as bad as some of the movies that you guys have reviewed on here.
Fair enough. Fair. We did watch.
Is it, John?
No, it's Pat. I think it's Pat was like the bottom of the barrel, I would say.
It's Pat, Night at the Roxbury.
Wire.
Like so many of the bad movies we do, I've just kind of have driven out of my mind. So I may not be able to remember specifics about them. It may come back to me if like I listen to our episodes about them. But but I'll just remember like, oh, I didn't like that one, or I really hated that one. Like, I mean, but usually Darren and I are more or less on the same page of stuff. So
more or less. But I mean, I don't think you're alone in your, I know you're not a fan of crass humor and farts and whatnot.
No. Excuse me. Let me just adjust my monocle here.
Yes, yeah. But I mean, you're not alone in that because I mean, according to IMDb, they were going to have Jerry Lewis, who was in the original Nutty Professor, make a cameo in this film, but he didn't want to do it because there was too many fart jokes in it.
What? Yeah, he was an executive producer.
Yeah. I think because they had to go through. Jerry Lewis to get permission to do this, and apparently he later expressed regret over allowing it. He said, I have such respect for Eddie, but I should not have done it. What I did was perfect the first time around, and all you're going to do is diminish that perfection by letting someone else do it. So
that means I got paid a lot of money, and now the money has stopped.
Yeah, and Jerry Lewis, he had no shortage of high opinions about himself. So,
you don't say.
But I've never seen the original, so I can't really comment on how perfect it might be. I know,
and that's the thing,
comedy classic, and
right. Yeah. That's the thing when it comes to comedy, is subjective, and something that you wouldn't like. There's a lot of movies from the 50s and 60s that people love that I do not like. I don't find humor in, or I don't find what people found funny in it. I've gone to like fight people over like more contemporary movies than not, but I choose to not do that because I know that is people's nostalgia. Like I know one person, and he was actually, I used to work in a school. He's a student of mine. He doesn't see the hype around Coming to America.
Because he's like watching it outside the context of its time.
Exactly. He's in his 30s. I think he's in his late 30s. But he doesn't see how this movie is funny. But he can say a movie like Soul Plane is the best movie he's ever seen.
Oh, okay.
I'm just using that as context. I don't think he actually thinks that. But I can see, like, I had my cousin over my house the other day, and he's very young, and he was telling me these movies that he loves that he thinks are classics, and they're from Cedric the Entertainer and Steve Harvey. And I'm like, that's not funny.
Well, also, humor is so cyclical. And yeah, certain types of humor go in and out of style too. So yeah, if it's something from like 20, 30 years before, if it's not like what you grew up on, that's not going to speak to you in the same way, you know?
I
Yeah,
agree.
fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, so let's get to it. Let's break down this movie scene by scene. So
Okay.
we start out with Sherman Klump, who's of course
Hmm.
Eddie Murphy in this large fat suit.
Well, really, we start with Eddie Murphy as Ashy Richard Simmons.
There you go. Come on, John. Come on, John. You
Because he's playing Richard Simmons.
Yeah.
And it's
Lance Perkins, John. Come on.
Right. Okay.
He's a pony. He's a pony.
Don't you feel like a pony when you sweat?
But they didn't. They're still look. We have the incredible Rick Baker doing the makeup on this, but they still didn't get the skin tone quite right. So it's just he looks a little off.
A little bit.
It's all those drinks that he was drinking. That's what it was. It was Buddy Wonder tonics.
Maybe that's it. Well, yeah, we're still a few years away from white chicks, so we haven't perfected the Caucasian makeup for the African American actors yet.
We'll get there one day.
Yeah,
God willing, we'll get there.
But like as soon as it came on, I was like, oh, it's Eddie Murphy as Richard Simmons. Okay, I get it.
But yeah, we see Sherman getting ready for his day while the Lance Perkins, aka Richard Simmons, video is playing, which is a kind
Ashy
of
Richard Simmons.
Yeah, right. Ashy Richard Simmons, which is kind of a runner throughout this movie because there is like a lot of
true
that video playing throughout the movie. And
Richard Simmons was big back then. Let's just keep that in context.
He was, yeah. I mean, like I think there were a lot of like workout gurus that were pretty big back then, like the Thigh Master and Jane Fonda and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, we see him get ready for. He works at a college, and but we see there's pandemonium at the college because somehow all of the hamsters escaped from the lab and they're running wild amongst the through the campus. Which, so we get like a lot of visual gags, like a gerbil, one of the hamsters going up somebody's pants legs and looks like his penis and whatnot.
And the woman he's with is like, hey, all right. There's a thing moving around inside your pants leg.
Yeah.
Now that's a Tom Shadyac joke.
We also have like a hamster going through a poster, like it's for men's underwear, and it comes out right between the butt cheeks.
You get it, John? Because Richard
those old Tom Shadyac jokes.
Yeah. And then like one ends up in a woman's sandwich.
All right, because the groundskeeper picks up or tried to suck up one of the hamsters and it shoots out with a leaf blower. So yeah.
Basically, this was all an elaborate screen to say that Eddie Murphy's character, Sherman Klump, is so big that his belly opened up all the cases and he didn't know.
Yeah.
Right.
He accidentally grazed the switch. He's like, oh, he gets to the campus. He's like, I don't know how all these hamsters got out of their cages. I shut them all off and I left for the night. And then he like hits the switch with his stomach. And so he's a big man.
He is. And as Arsenio used to say, let's get busy.
I remember that. Whoa, 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 whoa. But of course, Sherman has an enemy at this college of the dean, played by the great Larry Miller. He doesn't like Sherman because of his overweightness, and he's just always messing things up. And he's also, because of him accidentally letting all the hamsters out, one of the funders or
one of the donors,
one of the donors is like pulling their funding from the science department. So, now he's screaming at him like, "Oh, this college is so broke, and now we're like losing money because of you." I think at one point he called him a fat tub of goo. And
he was very mean. He was very mean.
Yeah,
this is true.
So it's okay when one of the hamsters poops in his coffee without looking. So it's hilarious.
And later drops into his coffee cup because like the hamster's up on the light fixture
he thought the cream had turned again.
Yeah.
And so then the dean tells him that there is an alum that wants to donate money to their school, that Hartley, and they want to set up a meeting with him, and he's like, everything has to go swell with this donor. I want that money, Sherman. It's like very Spacely Sprockets. The boss screaming at his
who's played by James Coburn.
The great James Coburn, and he like shows up. He doesn't show up until like the last couple scenes of the movie, and it was like long enough. I was like, "Oh right, James Coburn's in this." James Coburn.
After being in Sister Act 2, he finally made it. Finally made the Nutty Professor. He's on his way to the top.
Yeah. But then we, throughout the movie, we see that Sherman is he's a bigger man, and it's something he struggles with. He tries to fit into the dean's chair, and he gets his chair stuck on his posterior.
I think they say later in the movie that he's actually like 400 pounds, so he is very large.
Yes,
right.
And at one point, he's writing on the chalkboard, up and down, but because he's walking across as he's writing, his gut is erasing everything he wrote on the chalkboard, like a long eraser. So it's something he's struggled with. And then that's where we get introduced to Jada Pinkett, not Jada Pinkett Smith. Her character Carla Purdy is introduced in this one.
Oh, Miss Purdy, yes.
She's a grad student, and she's like teaching chemistry, and she like comes over to introduce herself because she's like, "I'm a fan of your work," and he's like, "Oh, well, I'm flattered you follow me." And
I'm flattered that you follow me that way. I must note that she has probably, and I look at it now like I'm complaining about it in my head, but she has the worst wig in the world. I don't know if you paid attention to it. Like this is the short.
It's a very Jennifer Aniston sort of cut,
It's very bad. Like you can tell, like that's not her hair.
Yeah, for sure. I did read a little fun fact that I think she turned down a role in Independence Day to be on this movie.
That is correct.
Vivica Fox part?
Yes. I would assume so. Yeah, right.
I would assume. Yeah. But that Janet Jackson was also approached for this movie also.
Oh, that explains why she's in the sequel.
Yes, that is why she's in the sequel.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, little fun facts. And then we get to, which I would say was probably one of the most memorable scenes of this film, the family dinner scene. Like the scene where it's Eddie Murphy next to Eddie Murphy, sitting across from Eddie Murphy. And
don't forget Eddie Murphy.
And Eddie Murphy. It's we see Sherman having a dinner with his family, his mom, his dad, his older brother Ernie, his grandmom, and Ernie's son, Ernie Jr.
And this reminded me, without the farts in it, but this reminded me of my dinner with like my grandfather and my grandmother and like everybody else. Less farting, but more back and forth banter.
I'm very glad for your sake that there was less farting.
It wasn't. Yeah, we don't fart at the dinner table. Now maybe in other rooms, of course.
Yeah, just take that to the bathroom. Come on now.
I mean, that's the room. If you're gonna fart, that's the room to do it in.
Yeah.
My grandfather used to fart, and he used to walk away from the fart, like he just left it over there, and he'll tell you he left something over there. Don't go over that way, and walk in the other direction.
Just walking into a green fog of fart. They got me.
It's the fart game you play one day.
Oh, I remember that joke. But yeah, I will say in this scene, like Eddie Murphy does do a really good job of giving each person he's playing their own, specific personality, and it really does feel like 3 or 4 or 5 totally different people, and like you can't. He really disappears into each character. I will say.
Right. In the first introduction, of course, definitely. The second one, not so much. But in the first initial meeting of all of these characters, you do feel like these are actual characters. And they do work.
Right. And I think I also read that the studio was thinking about, because the only person in this dinner scene that's not Eddie Murphy is the little kid, Ernie Jr. And I think the studio was thinking about superimposing Eddie's face onto that kid's face, so it would be all Eddie. But I don't think the technology was there yet. I
don't think it was there. There's also stand-ins in there. I don't know if you've seen like when they do wide shots,
sense.
there are a couple stand-ins because I remember Eddie's press for the second movie where he said he was talking to tennis balls, and I thought, oh my God, like you're speaking to nobody, now you're speaking to a tennis ball on a wire. Like I was amazed by that because again, this is the 90s. Not everybody's talking to a tennis ball.
Yeah,
you know. So
and something else I found interesting was that when he was playing Grandma Clump, he was doing his impression of Mom's Mabley, which I thought that was. So I was watching it with that in mind, and that made Grandma Clump even funnier. So.
And that's what makes it for me also, like, you know, that the whole Mom's Mabley thing, you see elements of Red Fox in the father, you see elements of like, even in the brother, Eddie's brother, he's telling dirty jokes like as the whole thing is happening. So it's like little jokes that you catch in between everything. Like, yes, there's farting, but you also got the grandmother saying, I'll toss this between the crack of your ass.
Yeah. Talking about how Mike Douglas makes her moist. Used to make Jesus, grandma. But also throughout this scene, you do get to see sort of where Sherman gets, you know, how he feels about himself. Like, this kind of from his family. Because, like, he's somebody who's trying to, like, lose weight and, you know, feel better about himself, but his family's like, oh, what do you want to lose weight for? You know, everybody's supposed to be different sizes. Nothing wrong with you. You're fine. And then they talk about how like Oprah is like, which maybe this is why Oprah had Eddie on the show, whereas because they brought up how like, yeah, Oprah looked fine, fat. Luther Vandross used to be the Black Pavarotti.
And all throughout this scene, they're just passing back and forth and consuming like huge quantities of food. This is like. Yes, enough food for 20 people.
Yes, consume mass quantities.
They are consuming mass quantities.
He said you're supposed to eat that chicken, not scalp it. He said, you know, all the fat and chemicals you know on the skin. It's that damn TV. Every time you turn it on, is lose weight, get healthy, get in shape. And that's when he starts going into this whole thing about Luther Vandross and Oprah.
Yeah. The Black Pavarotti line, that did make me laugh. I was like, oh, that's genuinely
it has to.
I mean, Black Pavarotti, that's just a great line. That's
gonna be my new rap concept. Name. Yeah. What's up, y'all? I'm the Black Pavarotti. Let's kick it. So then after the dinner happened, you know, Mama Clump and Sherman talk, and you know, because he can see that Sherman does feel like him being overweight does, you know, no pun intended, does weigh on him. It makes him feel like his self, you know, he doesn't have a good self image of himself because he's just so heavy, he said, and it's like it's moments like this.
What a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people go through this. A lot of people. I was a fat kid. I'm still a fat kid. And that's some of the things that you do. You feel insecure about your weight. You have people that tease you for the most part. His boss teases him because of his weight. You know, he goes to, you know, he's insecure about dating women. That's why he's 35 and still a virgin. You know, there's a lot of stuff that's going on with Sherman, and he lives alone. He has his lonely life. And every time you see him walking, he's slouching or slumping.
Yeah. Now, I think that does make... I think that's why I like this movie more than when I saw it. Because, like, again, from the commercial, that looked like, oh, it's all fart and fat jokes. But, like, Eddie Murphy was able to give this character some heart. And, like, really kind of, you know, show that, no, he's not just a punchline. He's actually a person who is affected by his weight. And it really does a number on his, you know, his confidence and everything. I was like, oh, okay. That's interesting. Okay, but so then we go to... What do we go to? Oh,
Carla Purdy's house.
Yes, because he gets Carla's address from the school directory, which...
Now, he stalked her. He stalked her. Come on. And then he tried to pull it up. 98, 99, 100.
Yeah.
That gave me a little pause, too, but I was like, oh, okay, it's 1996. I guess that was maybe considered okay.
Did you see what movie was down the street?
No.
Let's give them something to talk about.
Ooh. A little mystery to figure out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he goes to Carla's house and rings the doorbell. Then he struggles to ask her out on a date, but he actually does it, and she says yes. And
Yeah.
he's on
She's
cloud
down
nine.
with it.
Yeah, she's down with it. It's like, oh, that's so nice.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a screaming scream. Yeah. Got myself a date Friday night at 8, and I cannot be late. She might be my mate, and that would be so great. Great, 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 great. And I can't hardly wait. Sorry, excuse me.
No, I actually did get a kick out because like that is like a very human thing to do. Like the girl you like says yes, and then you go kind of do a little celebration to yourself, and you sing a little song.
And then he sings to the microwave.
Yeah. Yeah, you sing Teddy Pendergrass, the food you microwave. Yeah, you know.
But that does give you a real high when like a woman that you're into like accepts a date and you
hell yeah
weren't necessarily expecting her to.
Dude.
You were hoping she might, but you were like, oh, because it is nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
thing to do.
Yeah, no. When I was a kid, the one time that happened, like you couldn't tell me shit. I was starting around that play yard like I was the man. It was beautiful.
You're floating on that for like the rest of the day, man.
Just, like hell yeah, I'm what's up.
Yeah.
I hear Staying Alive playing in the background as I walk.
Strutting down the street like Tony Manero. You got your pink cans and just,
Well, it's like a lunchbox, but yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell by the way I lose my welcome.
Same energy, though. Same energy. Yeah. So she suggests, okay, we could go to a place I've been hearing a lot of my students talk about, a place called The Scream, and it's like sort of a nightclub, sort of a performance venue. It's this weird hybrid thing.
Yeah, but this place is the shit because they got my man, Mr. Montel Jordan, up in this bitch. Doing This Is How We Do It and something for the honeys.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Well, John, I have to let you know also that this movie is one of those movies that had a great soundtrack.
Yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, so this one was produced by Def Jam Records. Jay-Z, one of Jay-Z's first singles was on this album. Wow. There was a couple songs that was on this album that it was a big deal because I remember having the tape, which was more incentive for me to go see this movie.
Yeah, I think the big song off the soundtrack was "Touch Me, Tease Me."
Yeah,
the Case and Foxy brand that was everywhere that summer, for sure. And I think Montel Jordan. I'm pretty sure it was on Def Jam at the time.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so it all makes sense.
So, but before we get to the club, we have a fantasy sequence.
Oh yeah,
where he imagines he's making out on the beach with Carla Purdy. It's sort of a from here to eternity type of thing. Like you're expecting the ocean waves to crash over them, but instead, he's so heavy that she sinks into the sand underneath him.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of played for laughs, but there is a little something psychological about that because he is sort of telling himself, "Oh yeah, if I do somehow get with this beautiful woman, my weight is going to be an issue."
It's his insecurity. You see that in him talking to Carla Purdy and thinking now that he has this date, now that he has to go work out and he has to go to these classes and he has to be like all these other guys that he thinks she desires, but that's not really what she wants. She just wants a nice guy.
That's right. Mm-hmm. See, it's all his insecurity, man. This is how incels are born.
So we have this whole montage of him trying to work out, trying to get in shape. He's even going to an acupuncturist. And and we cut back to the acupuncturist, and each time he's got more and more needles in him, and finally he looks like a porcupine because he's got needles in every part of his body. And finally the acupuncturist is like, maybe you should try Slim Fast.
But yeah, so then we cut to The Scream, and we see it's a comedy night, so there's going to be a comedian coming out, and again, this is probably the second most memorable scene of the movie.
Well, I have to interject real quick before you do that. Now, you are talking about the comedian. Do you remember what the comedian's name is?
Oh yes, I did.
Yeah.
You looked that up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Reggie Warrington. Yes.
And Reggie Warrington is the name of the Hudlin brothers, Reggie Hudlin and Warrington Hudlin, which I thought was a great throwback to Boomerang, which was directed by the Hudlin brothers.
No, absolutely. And I don't. The name Reggie Warrington just sounds like a Def Comedy Jam comic name.
It really does. Yeah.
Reggie. And Reggie Warrington is played by a young Dave Chappelle, and he makes a meal out of this scene for sure. Like, he does all the Def Comedy Jam tropes, and like, he doesn't hump the stool, but you can tell he's.
But you know what's funny about that whole thing? Have you ever listened to "Bring the Pain," the album by Chris Rock?
Not.
I don't think I've listened to it. Okay. I mean, I've watched it, of course, but
on the album, Dave Chappelle's doing that same character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know which came first, the chicken or the egg, but I do know that he's doing the same character on that album.
Oh, okay.
There's a whole bunch of people, other comedians that are on that album, which I find weird for a comedy album, but he's on that album, doing a sketch about Def Jam Comics.
Oh wow! So I mean, that's probably where he got the idea from.
It would have been the same year, because apparently "Bring the Pain" premiered on HBO on June 1st, 1996. Mm-hmm. So it was right around the same time.
And I also heard that, and I just heard this. I don't know how true it is. What Marlon Wayans says that he was supposed to be that character.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said he was set to do it. However, they had just finished shooting Don't Be Mad South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood, and it didn't test well. So he went to his brother Keenan, and he said, I just got this other movie, but this movie's not doing well. He says, well, you can make Eddie's movie funny, or you can make your own movie funny. So he chose to do reshoots for Don't Be Mad South Central.
That's interesting.
Interesting. I did not know that. See, this is why we have you on, Nigel.
Hey, well, I try.
The career Marlon Wayans, like the films he hasn't done are as fascinating as the films he has done. Because
you are correct.
He was, for a hot minute, he was going to be Robin in Batman Returns.
Right.
When they were planning to feature Robin in that. And I think they cut the character because they were like, oh, there's too much stuff in this movie anyways. Mm-hmm. But Marlon Wayans, apparently, I guess he had some sort of pay or play deal. He apparently still gets residuals from like one of the Batman movies because
he does.
Of that.
Oh, wow.
Two of the Batman movies, actually. I think it's Batman Returns and Batman Forever.
Yeah, because he was probably contracted for a sequel. So, nice work if you can get it.
No, for sure. So, we got Dave Chappelle as Reggie Warrington, comes out in a Jamiroquai hat, boxers pulled up, pants pulled down, women be shopping. And then, of course... They do be shopping, though.
They do be shopping.
They do be doing that. And then
even like Jada Pinkett goes like, yeah, we do be shopping.
We do be shopping. He is right.
Yeah, so women be shopping. Then he goes right into crowd work, of course. And he starts making fun of the audience, oh, look at this white guy right here. He's like, oh, I don't know about all this. Oh. And, women with weaves. And then Sherman starts to notice, oh, wait, he's making fun of the audience. Oh, no. And like he starts to he see what's coming, so he starts to get up and tries to like leave, but of course he's because he's so big he has trouble getting out, and of course immediately Reggie spots him, and then fat jokes after fat jokes. Oh, he got more crack than Harlem, blah blah blah.
And this is the part where Matt Rife turns it off and says, see, I got comedy gold right here. This is what I need to be in my life. To hear him differently.
This guy's a hero.
Do you guys ever do that? Do you ever turn off a movie at a certain point where you're like, all right, this is what I need to know about this story. That's it.
I got my fill. I got the gist of it.
The end. But yeah, he starts ranking them. He got to put on a belt with the boomerang.
Pow.
Yeah,
I remember
that was kind of funny. But yeah, no. And then he sees his date. It's like, oh, he's with a woman who's sucking whose titties. He on that new diet, Slim Slow. And like, while some of these jokes are kind of funny, but I do like what they do with the camera, the director. Like, they just kind of focus on Sherman and how he's really bothered by all this.
How he's like, right, because that's what was going on. Ironically, you guys just brought something back to me. Two things. This same summer, I believe it was, I watched Def Comedy Jam. Ari Spears did a set and where he did all Eddie Murphy jokes, and most of them were toward the Nutty Professor. And then I watched Chappelle's 30-minute stand-up, and I said, oh, wow, that's the same guy from Nutty Professor. And I said, you know what? I want to do stand-up comedy.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's what happened. It's literally, it wasn't Dave Chappelle on the movie per se, but once I watched Ari Spears do like his version of Eddie, and then I saw Dave Chappelle do his 30-minute, and I was like, wow, this is the same guy from the movie. Then I found out he's also the same guy from Men in Tights. I was like, wow,
yeah,
I see myself. Plus, I was already like a Chris Rock fan at the time. Like, I was a big Chris Rock fan. I was a big stand-up fan in general. Comedy Central always had Premium Blend. Yeah, and but it wasn't until I saw Chappelle do that 30-minute that I said, you know what, I want to try this.
Nice.
I didn't get on stage till like 7 years later, but still.
But it planted the seed.
Planted the seed. I started writing jokes shortly after that. I think around 98, I had a whole set, and then I was afraid to get on stage.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yep. It's tough to get up there that first time, man.
It is for sure. But once you do it, man, and you kill and your jokes work, there's no big
you bomb. And then you bomb. Yeah.
Let's not talk about that.
I'm still waiting for those jokes to work. I mean, fingers crossed. Someday.
Oops.
Someday.
Keep at it, kid.
Right. Yeah, I hear good things.
Must be nice. Be nice. But yeah. So I mean, this is the part where I was talking about where you really see Eddie Murphy giving this character Sherman some heart, because your heart really does break for Sherman in this moment where like he's really kind of like holding back tears and like kind of taking all these jokes that he just is not comfortable with.
Mm-hmm. And he even tries to like sort of discourage. He's like, all right, well, you got me. He's like, I guess you're going to be moving on now. But no, like,
nope.
Reggie just keeps on harping on Sherman because he knows he's got a good target. So
yeah. And
I wasn't expecting like Dave Chappelle's character to be such a caricature of like, a deaf comic, a Def Comedy Jam comic, Def comic. Because I read like, oh, Dave Chappelle plays a stand-up comic in this. I was expecting him to more or less be playing himself, but just insulting.
He was making fun. He was just it was twofold, because he was making fun of the Def Jam. Because truth be told, he never had a great Def Jam appearance, Dave Chappelle.
Uh-huh.
Like, he was never considered a Def Jam comic. Like, a lot of those guys, like Chappelle, like Chris Rock, they never had the best sets on Def Jam. So for them, this is funny because the people who were having the best sets sounded like Reggie Warrington.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was him thumbing his nose at the Def Jam humor, or what people laugh at, or like making fun of people, because Dave Chappelle's humor wasn't like that. It was still sophomoric, but it wasn't like that.
Yeah, like, I mean, I remember watching Def Comedy Jam back in the day, and I liked the show. It's good, but I did notice, like, whenever there was like a comic who had like kind of more, thoughtful jokes or something a little, I don't want to say highbrow, but just like something that wasn't just over the top, talking about, titties and your dick and just
keep it real. Jokes weren't allowed at the Def Jam.
Yeah.
You would get booed if you told jokes. The reason why Bernie Mac said, I ain't scared of you, is because somebody bombed in front of him, because he actually went there and did jokes.
Yeah, that's the thing with the Def Con. Like, I agree with what you said. Like, the Def Comedy Jam comics, the best ones are just like, look at my dick, and just humping the stool, just low hanging fruit type shit. Like, that's the stuff that would just blow the roof off the place. and I'd be like,
And which is why it makes it all the more sweeter when Eddie does his transformation and comes back to that part.
Right. Well, we'll get there, but we'll get there.
We'll get there.
So after sort of being humiliated by this comic, Sherman walks Purdy home, and Carla tries to make him feel better, but you can tell he's really still affected by it. He goes home, watches Lance Perkins again, eats his feelings, falls asleep, and he has this nightmare that he gets so big, he gets like Godzilla size, and he kind of stomps through the city.
And there's there's a parody of the shot from King Kong where it's the giant hand reaching in the window towards Carla Purdy, but he's not reaching towards her. He like grabs a candy bar.
Yeah.
Or so no, he grabs a chicken leg.
Yeah, like a turkey leg.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, that's cute.
Yeah.
It's the little things. It's the little things.
That's cute. I was like, okay, you got me with the King Kong dirty. Although at this point, I'm like, okay, we're 32 minutes into the movie. When the hell are you going to become buddy love already? That's like the point of the movie.
Well, hold on to your hats because it's happening. Because after he wakes up from that nightmare, he just feels like he's had it. He doesn't want to be fat anymore. He just wants this to end. So late at night, he goes to the lab, works on a weight loss formula that he's been working on. Like
like one of the hamsters that he had, they discover early in the film that it lost I think 20% of its body mass overnight.
Like restructured its DNA.
Yeah.
So he did some, he worked on the formula. He upped the dosage up to almost dangerous levels, and then he just took it himself, and he went through like a Jekyll and Hyde transformation, that thing like when the mad scientist drinks the potion and he's like, oh, and then he passes out. He wakes up and he's thin. He's the Eddie Murphy that we know, and he's like slim, and he's freaking out. He's so happy. You can see his dick. It's fantastic.
He's in his huge Sherman Clump clothing, and he's like, "Oh my god!" And
He runs out. He buys spandex.
All spandex.
Yeah, James Brown. I Feel Good playing. I can sort of relate to this because at one point, I was kind of more focused on exercising and losing weight, and I did lose weight at one point when I was younger, around college, and I was able to fit into a large shirt comfortably, and I never was able to do that before, and I was like, oh shit, it's a whole new world, baby. Watch out. Watch out, world, your boy's about to take over.
Yeah, I took an X off my shirt. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get it. Get some tats, some tattoos.
Try to talk to Tracy Bingham at the did you see her in the movie?
Tracy Bingham.
No, she was in one of the gym classes.
Yes, she is in the gym classes.
Oh,
was it when he was saying I don't have breasts anymore, and then he asked to clarify to the woman next to him?
Yeah, your breast is nice.
I didn't recognize her.
Yeah, there's a couple people that are in this movie that have small cameos. I think it's this movie. There used to be a show called Unhappily Ever After.
Sure.
And,
yes.
And there is a girl. I forgot the girl's name. But Nikki Cox is in this movie also.
Used to be married to Jay Moore.
Oh, didn't know.
Mm-hmm. SNL connection. Bam.
Yep.
There you go. But yes, he's lost all the weight. He looks like all slim and shit. And so he goes back to the lab, and Carla is looking for Sherman to just talk about last night. He finds this skinny guy who introduces himself as Buddy Love.
Yeah, because the janitor calls him Buddy.
Right.
And he's like, that's my name. And he's just like, Buddy Love.
Which is actually the name from the original Nutty Professor also.
Yeah, I haven't seen the original Nutty Professor, but I know that Jerry Lewis's version of, I can't remember if he was named Sherman Clump. Maybe he was.
No, it was Julius Kelp.
Okay, Julius Kelp. There you go. All right. And he was more of a stereotypical nerd type.
Right.
And then when he transformed himself into Buddy Love, I think most people are saying that was his sort of parody of Dean Martin, because this wasn't long after Martin and Lewis had broken up.
Yes,
So,
it kind of what I saw clips of it on YouTube before this, and yeah, he was kind of like he was a Rat Pack guy, but he was kind of like a street tough also. So he was kind of like
right.
kind of mafioso, beating people up for no reason and smacking people, you know.
Okay.
So it was, again, it was a Jekyll and Hyde story, which this is.
Right. Yeah, and it's kind of funny because there's at least one Dean Martin movie where he's playing like a parody of himself as I think his character's name was Dino. It was oh gosh, what was the name of that? Hang on a second.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll look it up real fast.
Right.
It was a Billy Wilder movie. Um, Kiss Me Stupid, I think it was.
Oh,
yeah.
I think I'm familiar with that.
So, anyway.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so she sees Buddy Love, and of course, now that Sherman is Buddy Love, now he has all this confidence, and he talks to Carla. He says he's Sherman's confidant.
Yeah,
that explains why he's there. And then he just asks Carla out on a date, and she reluctantly sort of agrees in a way. But then, like, we see that Buddy sort of starts to turn back into Sherman, so he has to run away. We see his lip get all big and whatnot, and he runs away. And as he's turning back into Sherman Clump, he has to go back to his class that that is waiting for him. Yeah, but then he just says, "Oh, you guys just catch up on what we did last week. All right, goodbye." And then he runs away. We also see the dean is in the class, and he suspects something is up.
Yeah.
And then we cut to Carla talking to Sherman, asking him if he's okay, saying, "Oh yeah, I met your friend Buddy Love. He asked me out, and I don't know, I didn't exactly say yes or no. I wanted to see what you thought of it first." And then Sherman is okay with the idea. It's like he wants Carla to go out with Buddy, I thought this was a very interesting thing to do, where Sherman believes Buddy is the guy that Carla should be with.
Yeah,
that's his insecurity.
Yeah.
Well, it's also like his id coming out, where it's like he can feel much more confident as Buddy than he ever can as Sherman. So
yeah, for sure.
So he's like, I got to romance her as the best possible version of me. And
very much so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So so Carl agrees to go out with Buddy. He pulls up in a sports car that with the license plate PNS car. We got Clarence Carter stroking playing like a G.
I love that song. I love that song.
Clarence Carter.
And we also find out that he's, that Buddy's not all that nice of a guy because he kept Carla waiting for an hour at the club. So and she was just about to leave, and he's like, "Oh no, baby!
No, come on, baby, let's do it." Yeah, he that's the thing with Eddie plays Buddy really, really hyper, straight up cocaine vibe.
That's because the serum makes his testosterone go up higher.
Yeah. Later in the movie, they say it's like a 60,000% boost in his testosterone. So it's like life-threatening levels of testosterone.
Yeah, it could kill you.
Yeah.
But he sweets talk her into staying, and they stay, and they go back to the Scream. They have dinner. Buddy eats a ton of food, without gaining weight, of course. And look who's coming back on stage. Reggie Warrington performing again.
Women be shopping. They still be shopping, guys.
He said the exact same joke he said last time.
Yeah. I mean, that's what comedians doing, isn't it?
No. I think we all know comedians never, ever repeat jokes. It's all 100% original material every single time. Right. It's all improvised. Yep.
Each one of my sets is like a snowflake. It's all original. Everything's new and original. I'm like Prince.
Yeah.
I put out a new shit every...
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Nigel.
But yeah, so Reggie has the audience laughing, but he really has Buddy laugh. Buddy Love is laughing like De Niro in Cape Fear in the movie theater.
Yes.
Like
he's laughing so hard that he throws Reggie Warrington off, which that can happen. I've seen that happen.
Yeah,
like you can be too boisterous of an audience member. So
yeah,
my favorite is when he said, "You're on your way to the top. You the next Lenny Bruce."
Like, yeah, the way you take someone's personal defects and flip them around—that's funny, man. You're good.
And that's just like what Lenny Bruce did.
Yeah, you're on your way. You're on your way.
Lenny Bruce did so much crowd work.
Yeah.
And this is where Matt Rife turns off the movie and says, I'm going to devote my life to crowd work.
And Matt Rife was like, who's Lenny Bruce?
Oh. Yeah, there's no way he knows who Lenny Bruce is. But then also, Buddy has a back and forth with him. Then he starts... So it's like, oh yeah, the way you make fun of people's, deformities, that's hilarious. Like be like me telling you, making fun of your teeth and your gums. It's like your mom had an affair with Mr. Ed, and then and then that has the audience laughing even louder. And when
we should probably say that Dave Chappelle is wearing fake teeth in this role.
Yeah. No, I think his teeth were like that.
No,
really? I think this is before his teeth were fixed. There was a point where he did have a bad smile. I'm not going to say it was all the movie, but I do know, just like Chris Rock had bad teeth, there's a lot of people that had bad teeth and they got them fixed.
This is true. Yeah.
Jamie Foxx was another one.
Third year veneers. Got it. Yeah.
Veneers. But then so we see Buddy's actually making the audience laugh even louder, saying things like, "Oh, Reggie, your breath smells so bad. People look forward to your farts." Which is pretty good. It's pretty good. And then Reggie tries to snap back. Your mom's so fat. She went to Sizzler and got a group discount.
Your mom's so fat she fell over into the Grand Canyon and got stuck.
That was a good. Like that. And at this point, Buddy walks up on stage and they try to do the dozens on each other. Like at this point, I was trying to remember the old dozens jokes I used to remember when I was a kid. Like I only know a few of them. Like a lot of them kind of disappeared from mine, but I used to know a lot. Like, oh, your mom's teeth are so yellow when she smiles, cars slow down. Like I remember that one. That's a good one. Or your mom's so fat her blood type is ragu. Like
I liked your mom's so fat that her waist size is the equator.
That's a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah, your mom's so fat when she steps on the scale it says to be continued. Good times.
And this is all fun until you say, my mom's dead.
Oh.
and then everybody stops and they're mad at you now.
I didn't know.
By the way, by this point, the club should have had somebody step in. You got an audience member getting up there and ripping with the comedian. That's not okay.
Security has laxed here at the Scream.
Yeah, and apparently everybody can hear Buddy fine, even though he's not mic'd. But
there's a overhead boom mics. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So at this point, Reggie's like so furious he threatens to beat him up or karatecize his ass. So he takes off his Jamiroquai hat, reveals he has terrible braids, and Buddy goes in on him over that. Then we get, I don't know, over this part it shit got wild because at this point Reggie tries to throw a punch at him, but then Reggie grabs him, slams his head against the piano and knocks him out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my God, this guy. But the audience seems to be pretty cool with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The audience is like fully turned against Reggie at this point.
Yeah.
They stuffs him into a piano.
They've seen his set before.
They're like, he repeats too many jokes. Women don't be shopping that much.
Yeah, part of me was like, oh, this feels like the Will Smith slap all over again. Like a dude comes out the audience.
And it was over Jada. It was over Jada again.
And she's wearing a bad wig. I mean,
G.I. Jane.
Yeah. But yeah, like at this point, Buddy assaults the comedian, throws him into the piano, and everybody loves him in the audience.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess he walks back to the table, and Carla's so enamored with him that they kiss, and they begin. And
yeah.
But then that's when Buddy starts to turn back to Sherman, so he has to quickly leaves. Says he needs to get some.
His lower lip grows.
Yeah,
like it starts inflating to like larger than Sherman's lip ever is. I don't know where all that extra mass is coming from for his lower lip, but yeah,
that ain't no bee sting. It's pretty bad.
Yeah,
but yeah, Chanel number 5. He needs some Kaopectate.
Benadryl.
Yep.
So then he leaves immediately, but not before he gives his credit card to one of the wait staff to pay for the bill.
Right.
One of Sherman's students, Jason.
Yeah, his lab assistant
sees that some guy he doesn't know gave a waiter his professor's credit card and is like, hey, that's not Mr. Clump. What the fuck? And though he runs after him, gets into the Viper. It's like, who are you, buddy? And then he sees that Buddy is turning into Sherman. Sherman's foot gets so big, swells up, slams on the gas, and the two of them kind of go careening through the streets on a wild ride.
Yeah.
Which, this part was like, I don't know if this is necessary.
This is like where the movie's getting like really cartoony.
It gets really cartoony.
Yeah, and Sherman, like, he blows back up to full size and he can't really fit into the sports car anymore. And we cut to like some cops and they've got like the jaws of life and they're like, oh, this is the first time I've ever had to use one of these when there wasn't an accident.
Yeah. I feel like that car scene that felt like that was there just for the trailer, maybe, or something like, oh, come see this movie. There's a car chase in it or something.
Yeah, it did seem kind of out of nowhere.
It was a Tom Shadyac joke.
I guess so.
Continue.
All roads lead to Tom Shadyac.
Exactly. Whatever
Anything
didn't work,
doesn't like in this movie, Tom Shadyac.
Tom Shadyac. Exactly.
So the next day, Sherman runs into class all late, sees the class is empty except for the dean, saying, your class left 20 minutes ago because you're super late. Confronts the Sherman about why he put a charge on his faculty account for a $47,000 luxury car.
Yeah.
And Sherman's like, well, initially I requested a Yugo, but that's all they had.
Yeah, my car was in the shop.
Yeah, my car was in the shop. So the dean spoke to Hartley, the alum.
Harlan Hartley. Yeah.
Harlan Hartley. Hartley wants to hear Sherman's grant proposal over dinner, and Dean makes it known that, like, if this dinner does not go well, I will literally kill you. I will strangle you till the breath leaves your body and you pass away.
He's straight up threatening Sherman's life. Yeah.
Pretty much. I was like, oh, that's...
Isn't that what most deans of school do?
Don't do... I mean, I don't work in higher ed.
No?
I don't think threats of violence is... I think that's frowned upon in higher ed, isn't it?
It was the 90s. It was a different time.
It was the 90s. Everything went. Yeah.
What, your boss didn't threaten your life?
You could just look up women's addresses in the faculty directory and go ask them out. It was cool.
It was a different time. There was no SVU.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Couldn't get caught.
Yeah.
Everything was great.
That's true.
Yeah. No forensics.
Yeah, no evidence.
No forensics. Yeah. Ice-T wasn't working for the force yet.
Yeah, exactly.
No fingerprints. I mean, my God.
That's how OJ got off?
Yeah. Oh, God. Jeez. Follow the money, people. Follow the money. This turned into like a true crime podcast really quick.
So, meanwhile, Jason is doing more research. He discovers that Buddy's testosterone levels are off the charts, and it's like really dangerous of him to like keep turning into Buddy Love. But of course, Sherman wants to keep doing that because he feels like, Carla doesn't really like me as me.
Right.
It's a whole thing.
Right, and then he talks to Carla about Buddy, and Carla's like, oh, I think he's brushing me off, and then Sherman's like, oh, well, I feel bad for introducing you to him. He's a bit unreliable, a bit of a wild card, and then he invites Carla over to his family's house for dinner, and this is when we get the second family dinner of the Clump.
He's like, we haven't had the Clumps in this movie in a while. We got to get them into a second scene. So
I think I remember reading somewhere that, like, I think they were thinking about cutting those dinner scenes out actually.
They were.
I read that because like they didn't really contribute to the plot, and
that's true.
I can see that, but
you know.
But I think that this movie wouldn't be this movie without the dinner scenes. I think that's what took it over the edge. Because nobody wants to see Sherman Klump. It's kind of like watching Coming to America and only getting Akeem.
Mm-hmm.
That's very true. I will admit, the dinner scenes, while they don't really add much to the overall plot of the movie, they are pretty hilarious and are kind of pretty much some of the best parts of this movie, I'd say.
And, it gave us the fatty scenes in Tropic Thunder.
It did.
Nutty Professor walked so the fatties could fly.
Exactly.
And
fart. Yes.
And now people shun Tropic Thunder now also.
Have we gotten to the point of shunning Tropic Thunder?
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
What?
Gen Z does not like Gen Z doesn't like Tropic Thunder. They don't like Judd Apatow movies.
Yeah.
I don't think
they don't like any sex in movies. Like there's this whole blowback now, like that what is that movie, the One Night Only movie?
Oh, where, One Night.
And the director for that was saying like, oh yeah, we cut out like nudity and sex scenes because like audiences don't like those anymore.
Who don't like nudity?
Yeah,
I don't know. That's half the reason I go to the movies, man.
That's half the reason I watch HBO and Cinemax.
Exactly. Yeah. As a Gen Xer, I do not get that at all. I'm just like, that was.
Yeah. Why else would you watch Taxi Cab Confessions and whatnot?
Exactly. I grew up in the age where you could see occasional bit of nudity in a PG-13 movie. It was a magical time.
Yeah.
Just one of the guys gave us so much pleasure.
Oh.
Yeah. See?
Little moment of silence for Joyce Heiser.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah. Emmanuel.
How many VHS tapes were?
See. Now I know where you said Emmanuel. I was about to say that too, but I was trying not to.
You're trying to keep it classy.
I was trying to keep it classy. I was going to say Golden Child, that scene when the water pipe broke.
Oh,
I've never seen The Golden Child. I didn't know there was. I mean, I'm not surprised there was a gratuitous nudity in it because it was an '80s movie, but
it was PG-13.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That was a wild time. I didn't know
that was a wild time. Yeah.
But yeah, so we got our second family dinner. Of course, everybody's interested in knowing more about Carla, asking where she's from, asking if her and Sherman are having relations. Mom wants to know if, mom wants grandbabies. The brother is commenting on her childbearing hips.
They're talking about I could give you my wedding dress. You'd have to take it in.
It's white.
You wear white. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They won't marry you if you're a lesbian.
Yeah, I did like how the dad said, like, "Hey, your family got any money? Because I ain't paying for no big ass wedding."
And that's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
Your family got any money? Of course, Sherman is mortified at all of this and how the family is behaving towards her. After dinner, he apologizes to Carla for it. And, Carla's still kind of thinking about Buddy. And, she says, he can be, like, a real jerk on the outside, but, like, I look in his eyes and I see kindness. And that's the part I want to get to know.
You see eyes. Sherman.
Yeah.
It's the same eyes.
Right? It's like he sees you, Sherman. Oh.
It's like that episode of Family Matters where Laura finally sees Urkel for who he is.
Wow.
After 9 seasons.
Now, is this one of the episodes where he transformed himself into Steve Urkel?
No. Stefan Urkel, John. Come on.
Stefan.
Here's a quick recap, okay? Urkel turned himself into 2 different Urkels. So they can't have 2 Urkels, so he went and put one of them as Stefan Urkel. The other one was Urkel. Laura was dating Stefan Urkel. However, she started catching feelings for Steve Urkel. This is the last season of Family Matters.
Wow.
Which pisses me off. It pisses me off every single time because he waited 9 years to follow this woman, and finally in the last season, she's like, okay, I give in.
I yield. That's true love.
That's true love. Would you wear her down?
We
learned all the wrong lessons from our media.
We really did. Couldn't learn a damn thing. But yeah, so Sherman tells Carla he'll try to track down Buddy for her. Sherman goes back to the lab, and he turns back into Buddy, even though he has that dinner meeting with Hartley tonight to talk about the grant.
Right.
But yeah, Jason tries to stop him, but Buddy locks him away. He tricks him and locks him into a room, and he just wants to go have sexual relations with Carla.
And Buddy also gets on Carla's good side because he, like, when she goes back to her house, it's filled with flowers.
Yes.
So
that's how you win over a woman. Just inundate their home with flowers.
Women be shopping. Women love flowers. These are the two truths I know.
True. You right.
They do be shopping.
They do be shopping.
That is such an insightful observation.
They do be shopping. Yeah, so Buddy takes Carla to a hotel for dinner, even though they get a hotel room, and Carla's like, "Hey, whoa! I didn't say I'd sleep with you or nothing." But Buddy's able to sweet talk.
He's like, "Oh, I just didn't want us to eat around all these people. I want us to have privacy and get to know each other." And yeah, we do that in my hotel room. I'm getting big Harvey Weinstein vibes right now.
Yeah.
I mean, true. But the one thing I've learned from living in California is that there are really nice restaurants and really nice hotels. So I didn't understand that till I moved out here. Like, there's the Hotel Roosevelt, which is technically haunted, but it has an amazing restaurant inside of it.
Oh. Well, I mean, yeah, you can overlook some ghosts if the food is good enough.
Yeah.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Oh, nice.
Do you go to the hotels and say that you're a reporter from Rolling Stone saying that you're going to do an article called Michael Jackson is Sitting on Top of the World?
I have not yet, but definitely I will try to do that one of these times. But the last time I tried to do that, they asked for my credentials, and I could not give them the credentials, but I can only say, "Hey." I can't. I'm sorry.
Or you could go into another nice restaurant and say that you got a call from somebody at the clinic and you have herpes simplex 10.
Is Victor Maiden in here?
Yeah. and he has to go get checked out before things start falling off the man.
I think maybe you should tell him.
I think that would be best.
So as Buddy and Carla are in this hotel room, we see the dean running around trying to look for Sherman. He sees Carla. It's like, "Hey, Carla, have you seen Sherman? Like, Mr. Hartley's been waiting. We've been waiting for 40 minutes. He's not here. He's supposed to do this grant thing." And then Carla's like, "Well, I don't know where Sherman is, but Buddy is right here, and he's been working very closely with Sherman. He knows his research. You can fill in for him." So the dean's like, "Oh, great! You fill in." And so he drags Buddy over to Mr. James Coburn.
Coburn.
He's very magnificent.
Yes.
Yeah. He's worth 7 magnificents.
Yeah.
I actually have that movie on order right now.
Ooh. I see that. Yeah. So then Buddy gives this presentation, very loud presentation. He includes everybody in the restaurant about the he calls says somebody has like saddleback syndrome and this
jello arms, tank ass.
He basically is proposing this formula as this weight loss supplement, and he's saying it can make you lose so much weight. And yeah, he's pointing out like some overweight people, and he's also like, "Well, but look at this fine woman over here. She doesn't have a gluteus maximus; she has a gluteus minimus." And then he's like, and this is the table all the fine women are at. And the women are eating this up, man.
Yeah, he's just...
that's my favorite line out the movie. This is the nice ass section. That was my favorite line.
Yeah, like he's openly hitting on other women in front of Carla at this point. But the dean, the dean is like kind of shocked by all this. But Hartley, Mr. James Coburn, he loves
James Coburn's like, "Yeah, I like the cut of this guy's jib.
I like this guy. He's loud.
He tells it like it is. Women do be shopping.
They do be shopping. I never thought of it that way."
he's like so impressed with Buddy.
He's so impressed with him that the dean approaches Buddy and says, like, the Hartley loved you. Like, if you could be at the alumni ball tomorrow, prove that formula works. We get ourselves a grant, and if we get ourselves a grant, I'm gonna fire Sherman. I'm gonna hire you, just right on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Carla has overheard all the things that Buddy's been saying to all these other women, and she's offended. Slaps Buddy, leaves insulted, but Buddy doesn't seem to care because he's got himself all these 3 women, and they're gonna go party at his house, which they do. They ransack his home. All these people, these complete strangers, just partying in his house. They burn all his diet foods, his Lance Perkins deal meals shit, and they trash the house like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And so then the next day, everything's all a mess. Carla goes into Sherman's house, walks right in, finds the house trashed, and then we see Sherman has returned. He's in bed with 3 women.
But his formula has worn off, so he is back as himself. So he has basically lost his virginity in a 4-way.
Wow.
So,
I mean, that's the best way to go.
Hey.
I mean, nowhere to go but down after that.
Nothing else will do. Yeah, it's like
he's 35. He's 35.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you got to make it. You got to make up for lost time, I guess.
Yeah,
there's a 15-year window. Hey, man.
All right. But yeah, so Sherman rushes out to greet Carla. Says he doesn't know where Buddy is or anything, and she tells him, like, "Oh yeah, I don't like Buddy. He's an egotistical pig. He's a piece of shit." Apologizes to Sherman. Tells him about last night, about how Buddy took the credit for his work. But then Carla, oh no, sees all the women in Sherman's bedroom, and then he's like, oh, you a freak. Oh, you and Buddy, you share women. Oh, y'all both nasty. And then she leaves just disgusted with both Sherman and Buddy. Doesn't want to see either one of them again.
Yeah.
Sherman finds out that he's getting evicted from his apartment because of all the noise from the party last night.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his violation of noise. So he's in a house and he's like on ground level, but apparently there's somebody living below him.
Yeah. It's one of those. At first I thought it was a house, but then they had those.
Is it like a duplex thing, or?
I think so. I think it's like
it could be. Yeah, it could be like that, or like a condo. Because like I live in like an apartment. It's an apartment complex, but it's actually like units and condos. So like there is somebody underneath me, but they're not the landlord. If you get my drift.
Okay.
So yeah. So
I was just very confused because I was like, I thought he was on the ground floor, and it looks like a ground floor house, but apparently there's somebody underneath him. So
I guess so.
The roof was on fire.
Yeah.
Oh,
he don't need no water. Let that motherfucker burn.
And then he gets to work, and he's fired from the university.
Yep.
So.
Take his name right off the door, and they're
scraping it right off. Yep.
They're hiring Buddy Love just after meeting him once for one presentation
with no credentials.
Nope.
They give him a professorship. He becomes Professor Buddy Love.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, he secured like he went halfway through securing this huge donation, and he engineered a 4-way at the same time. So that is a pretty impressive first interview.
Is that how Dr. Dre got his doctorate?
It is exactly how Dr. Dre got his doctorate.
Gotcha. Understood.
Right. Yeah. That's how all great doctors start.
He's unfadable, so please don't try to fade him.
I won't. I will not try. Now back to the lecture at hand.
My man. That's what's up. Got that. But yeah, we see Buddy Love at his lowest. He goes back home, eats his feelings, watch another Lance Perkins video, but seems like somebody taped over that Lance Perkins video. Oh my God. Buddy Love taped a message for him on the video, like almost like Severance style, where he's like, so it's Buddy Love. It's like Buddy Love talking to Sherman,
It's your Audi.
Yeah, it really is. And like, telling him all about all the good times he had last night, telling him, yeah, you should just have more of this blue stuff. You could be me all the time, and this is what
and the women are like passing in front of him while he's recording this.
Yeah, and it's like, this is what people want. This is what Carla wants. You can't beat me. This is what everybody wants. No one wants you. And like, after seeing this, Sherman gets the gumption up to reclaim his life, and he's gonna go back to the lab, and he pours out all of the formula right down the drain. He's like, no, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna lose weight the right way. I'm not gonna depend on the formula. I'm going cold turkey. And yeah, this is a big moment for me. He pours out all the formula. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna exercise. I'm gonna lose weight the right way. I'm gonna drink these mega shakes. And he pulled off a mega shake off the counter. He drinks it. Oh no, there was formula in that mega shake put in there by Buddy Love.
He outsmarted himself, Darren.
Gee.
Aka.
Buddy Love. He's just so crafty.
He's crafty. Yeah. And he's just my type. Shout out to all the Beastie Boys. It's up there.
And this is when we discover that Buddy's testosterone is 60,000% higher than normal.
Is that high? That sounds high.
That sounds high. That seems like a lot.
Seems like a bit. But yeah, so then we cut to the alumni ball. Everybody's right. Sherman's family is there. His mom and dad are there.
I like the alumni.
I guess they're alumni.
No, they're there because Sherman actually invited them to the ball. Carla's there because she works for the university. But the parents are there because Sherman told them to be there because he has a big announcement, and this is where he was going to, apologize to everybody, say, hey, listen, Buddy Love is what happens when I use the formula. But in turn, something different happens. And I think it's more so, and this is just me, this is like, for a Marvel reference, the Hulk actually coming out and being the Hulk and getting rid of Bruce Banner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
Because because I don't know if you guys watched it the way I watched it, because I've seen this movie a million times, but the way that Eddie comes back in and out of Buddy Love and Sherman Klump is kind of eerie, because you can tell this is two different people that are popping in and out of each other, and they're trading insults with one another. But it's funny how, obviously it's the same voice, but it's funny how you can say, okay, this is Buddy Love, it's Sherman Klump. This is Buddy Love, it's Sherman Klump. And again, it's kind of like how the Hulk goes in and out of each other, where the Hulk is like a Hulk smash. No, Hulk don't smash. It's I don't know. For me, I was kind of amazed by that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I definitely picked up on that too, where it's like, oh yeah, he really made these two people like totally different, even though it's the same person doing it. And you'll get to see that like at the end with the final battle, I guess, at the climax. But yeah, so Sherman turns back into Buddy Love. Like, at this point he's just like laughing maniacally and just screaming.
Buddy is like a total maniac at this point.
He's like a Tasmanian devil on coke. He's just and he plans on getting rid of Sherman forever. Jason tries to stop him, but he knocks out Jason. Shows up at the ball, screaming at the hollering and grinding up on old ladies, just running amok.
I feel you percolating.
I got me percolating. And then Jason shows up at the ball too, trying to stop him. But then at one point, Buddy gets up on stage and he tells everybody, like, "Oh, you recognize me? I'm Sherman. I'm Sherman. It's me, Sherman Klump." And he turns back into Sherman for a little bit because he knows at this point, he knows when the formula is going to wear off. So then
he's got it like timed on his watch. He's like, "Oh, in 3 seconds," and then we got CGI stomachs and lips coming out. And,
the CGI.
It's the beginning of CGI. Let's just
At some point, the CGI was wonky.
We're not exactly at Terminator 2 level here.
Yeah, this ain't Avatar.
But if you watch the first Spider-Man, which is years after this one, it's just as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. So, but then Buddy takes a formula, turns back to himself. So he just did a demonstration about how his formula works. But then Jason shows up, tells everybody that Buddy's trying to kill Sherman, and we see Sherman kind of struggle to get out of Buddy. So like the whole final part is this inner fight between Buddy and Sherman, and it's all happening within one man as everybody looks on, which is I don't know. It was weird, but it makes sense though. It does make sense because the two personalities are coming to a head and clashing.
It is, and it also reminds me, and this is probably going to go from English class. It's man versus man versus himself, and man versus nature, all in one. You know what I'm saying? Like it's because he is battling himself. Man. He is battling himself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you see all of it happen at once. How the crowd is reacting to him, how Buddy is reacting to Sherman, and this is actually the same person.
Yeah, I will say that for Eddie Murphy, this is a pretty strong performance because it is. I mean, it does take a lot to sort of do that. So because he's performing as two different personalities, and he's having a fight with these two personalities within himself. Like the fight it's only him up there on stage, and he's fighting within himself, and it's. I mean, I wouldn't even know how to approach that as an actor. That's really,
and that's why I said that's difficult. That's why I get amazed by it because again, for me, I'm thinking acting wise. Okay, how do you pretend to be two different characters talking to each other? Which goes back to my whole monologue thing. Whereas you don't look crazy talking to somebody else. Like everybody else, everybody in the audience doesn't know what's going on, but you as a viewer knows what's going on in the internal struggle that's happening between Buddy Love and Sherman Klump.
Yeah, no, it's all right there on display on stage. It's pretty amazing, and so the two of them duke it out, as much as you can with just one person, and Sherman is able to overcome Buddy and finally take over his own body, and everybody in the audience is shocked, and he apologizes to everybody, says, yeah, I'm sorry for what I've done. I sort of became desperate and selfish. I thought Buddy Love was what everybody wanted, but, that's not what everybody wanted. I mean, life is about just being happy with yourself.
Yeah, it's less being happy with what you weigh and more being happy with yourself.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Meanwhile, Hartley is impressed because he's like, oh, well, hey, this stuff still works. And so he decides to give the university the $10 million grant. So,
yay. So then he walks away. Carla chases after him, says, and Sherman's like, look, I'm a big guy. I'm always going to be a big man, and I'm working on it. But whoever I'm with will have to just accept this is who I am. I'm just going to be big.
Exactly. And that's what I like about the movie.
Self-acceptance. Beautiful.
Because I can relate to it. I can relate to liking a pretty girl and she's not into me. I can relate to, being a little bit overweight. You know what I'm saying? This is not him chasing somebody through Beverly Hills, or this is not him trying to find a bride, in Queens. This is him being a regular guy. Everything else is going crazy around him.
Yeah.
But he's a grounded and centered guy. And that's the other reason why I kind of like Bowfinger, because you have the two extremes of Eddie Murphy, and one of them you really feel for.
Yeah, for sure. He does a great job of making you really feel for Sherman. He's not just a punchline. He is a person. And and I mean, I'm sure a lot of people can sort of maybe see themselves in Sherman, whether people have issues with their own self-acceptance or confidence or, image issues. You can see.
And that's what this was about, confidence and image issues. Yeah. I can defend this movie. I can't defend the second one, but I can defend this one.
The second one.
The second one is kind of a downturn.
The second one is more about the family than it is, the actual
right.
And it gets weird. It gets weird.
Yeah. But yeah, then Carla just asks him, "Hey, do you want to dance?" And then the two of them dance to Teddy Pendergrass. Because yeah, throughout the movie, like Carla never makes Sherman feel bad about his weight. It's Sherman making Sherman feel bad about
exactly.
So I think this is at the end, Sherman really just finally comes around to accepting himself and starting to like love himself for who he is, and that's a beautiful thing.
Right. And again, that's the internal struggle. He struggles within himself. He wants to be accepted. He knows that people don't accept him for who he is. And he feels like he has to be someone else when in turn he doesn't. He just has to be himself. The reason why Harlan Hartley gave him the whole grant is because he's a gentleman. That's what he said at the end. He says, "I'm giving it to him because he's a complete gentleman."
Yeah. So yeah, while this movie does have a lot of gross out humor and toilet humor, and
it's from the 90s.
It's from the 90s. Tom Shadyac. It does have a lot of. I feel like the stuff, like the good stuff that we just talked about, the heart. I feel like that came from Sheffield and probably Brillstein. I feel like that was their stamp on it. And and then that's the movie. Then it ends on a bunch of bloopers and outtakes and yuck-em-ups at the very end.
Yep, we're going full Cannonball Run.
Yes, and the Nutty Professor. I get a kick out of it. It does have some funny. It had some pretty strong parts in it. It has some deep themes in it, and I mean, this is a movie where if Eddie Murphy wasn't in it, I don't think it would be nearly as good as it turned out to be. I mean,
it would be Jack and Jill.
Oh god. There's a reason why we haven't done that. There's a reason why we haven't done that movie on the podcast.
There's several reasons why we haven't done that movie. Or Little Nicky, or
oh yeah, Little Nicky. Yeah, I don't like that one.
but yeah, I mean, this movie was super beloved. I think like Gene Siskel gave it a positive review.
Yeah, I think they both did. 3 out of 4 stars.
Yeah, they both did, because I don't know if you guys know the history of Gene Siskel and Ebert on Eddie Murphy, but they definitely are always on and off with the things that he does. Like one will really love it and the other one really hates it. So it's always like a battle, like every single movie. Because again, on my podcast, I went and got the Siskel and Ebert reviews, and the way that they see the movies that we love versus the movies that we don't like is very interesting.
Interesting. All right. I wonder what's that. I'll have to take a look at that.
Try for Boomerang. Their review of Boomerang. Watch that one.
Okay. I'll have to look at it. But yeah, this movie got a lot of positive reviews. Owen Gleiberman from Entertainment Weekly says you can feel Murphy rediscovering his joy as a performer. He rediscovers it, too, as Sherman Klump, a fellow who, much like Murphy, is on the bottom rung, desperate to reinvent himself, and at long last does. Okay, that's a bit of a backhanded compliment that I read it. Peter Travers, Rolling Stone, said that Eddie Murphy is funny again. Sadly, he lacks the guts to follow through on the cathartic self-satire that gives the film its distinction. I don't know if I...
Yeah, so he wanted more fat humor, and he wanted more gross out stuff. He wanted more fart jokes.
See, but well,
I read that one. I remember that. Yeah.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, overall, I would give this movie a thumbs up. I think pretty fondly on this movie.
John did not like it.
Yeah,
it didn't work for me. I mean, maybe it would grow on me over time. Maybe I just missed my window to enjoy it. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, Nigel, I think you're right. That if I saw this back in the day, I might have a completely different opinion on it. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like for me. So for instance, I'll share some of my wisdom. There's a lot of movies that I do not like that everyone loves, and I don't really see why people like it, but I understand that this is what they grew up watching. So for me, I'm not the biggest Monty Python fan. I tried. Yeah. I watched these. Probably I got to them late, probably in the early 2000s. probably when I was in college, I started watching like more Monty Python, but it didn't gravitate toward me the way it would other people. Stripes, I don't see it as a comedy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I understand how people would see it as a comedy. Animal House, same thing. John Belushi as a character, same thing. So I can go on and say, hey, these are things that I'm not too wary about. I don't really feel the way you feel, but obviously it's because this is what you grew up with. This is what you are into. So like for me, I can't really talk bad about somebody like Matt Rife because
I was not expecting
that guy is taking a beating this episode.
I'm sorry.
As he should.
But there is somebody else that loves what he does and loves what he brings to the table. So comedy is always going to be subjective. Movies are always going to change. I feel like the worst movies have been made in the 2000s over any other decade. But again, that's my personal preference because I feel like they made a lot of bad movies in the 2000s, over the 90s, over the 2010s, over the 80s, over the 70s. But again, that's my perspective. Somebody else I can talk to will tell me, hey, these movies from the 2000s are my childhood. These movies are the greatest. I love Sorority Boys.
Wow.
I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there.
Shallow Hal is a comic masterpiece.
God. I'm sure like 10 years from now, some kid's going to be like, you know what movie's amazing? Madam Web. That movie's fantastic.
and
classic.
Agreed.
Peak.
That's what's going to happen. So like I said, it doesn't matter how old you are. It just matters when you watched it and what mindset you were in. Everybody has their definition of comedy in every age range that they're in. Something you laughed at in your 20s is not going to be as funny in your 40s and 50s.
Yeah. And I absolutely think that, there are certain movies that you have to see in a certain window of time or at a certain age for them to really work on you. Like a few years ago, we did the Weird Al movie UHF on here. I think because Victoria Jackson is in it.
Yep.
And I didn't see that back in the day because I was like, I think something like 17 when it came out. Right. And so I wasn't, it didn't hit me the way it would have if I was like 13. And it certainly didn't hit me like watching it in, somewhere in my 40s or 50s. So I was just like, I just missed my window to enjoy this one. I never saw it at the right age. So I think that is a big part of it. And like you were saying with Monty Python, I think you have to see that probably somewhere in high school.
Right. And that's possibly what it could be. I mean, like I like the movie. I know this is a bad movie, but I like the movie. Is it Nothing But Trouble? Nothing But Trouble with Chevy Chase and
Aykroyd.
And Aykroyd. Yeah. I like that movie. Now watching it back now as an adult, I'm like, I don't think I like this movie that much.
Yeah.
It's like it's okay. Yes, Tupac's in it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Tupac was in it. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Humpty Hump's in it. Come on.
That's wild.
If you watch it back now, like you'll be like, oh God, Tupac's in this movie. But it's like you don't, when you have the movies and we all have movies that we love, and there's a collection of movies that we can tolerate, and there's a collection of movies that we love that everybody does not like. And I know that, and I recognize that, and I try not to shit on people's movies that love that. You love this? Okay, great, wonderful. But just respect my movies.
Don't yuck somebody's yum.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
it's a very mature way to look at it, Mr. Nigel. Thank you.
Well, I had to, because when I started the Murphy Monday podcast, I had a lot of people saying, "Ugh, the movies from Eddie are horrible." I was like, "Well, what movies do you like from Eddie?" "Oh, all the ones in the '80s." "Okay, well, what movies do you like from Steve Martin?" "Oh, the ones from the '80s." "What movies do you like from Billy?" From everybody, I named everybody, and they said movies from the '80s. And then I'm like, so what person that you like now had a 40-year career that you would love them every single movie they did? You don't.
That's true. Everybody's done crap. Yeah.
Here.
And I'll take it a step further. There hasn't been a lot of comedy movies around lately, so we really don't know what a funny movie is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I really think. There have been a few. Maybe I guess like the last really funny, maybe a Tropic Thunder, maybe or I say.
Tropic Thunder. That's going back.
Yeah,
at this point,
that's
that
going
was
back.
2008, 2009.
Right, and then if you watch it now, I guarantee you're gonna be like, this wasn't as funny as I thought.
No, a movie I thought was hilarious that John and I have talked about that deserves way more love. Game Night. That movie is fucking hilarious. And
I'll check it out.
Game Night is worth seeing. That's a lot of fun.
It's genuinely really funny, that movie.
But again, that's a good 10 years also.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I don't know if it's quite at 10 years, but yeah, we'll see.
It was like 2012.
Let me look it up.
Okay.
Game Night, 2018. So it's coming up on 10 years.
Oof. Coming up on 10 years.
But and sometimes I just I saw one morning I watched that movie Anyone But You with Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell because I was hearing a lot of buzz about that, and I watched it and I hated it. Jeez. I thought it was just like one of the most unfunny things I'd ever seen. And so I was like, how is this a hit movie? I don't get this.
I'll tell you what comedy movie I watched recently.
What's that?
Scary Movie.
Oh, no.
The recent one?
The recent one.
How was that?
It was a Wayans Brothers movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the last Naked Gun movie was all right. We've talked about that on the podcast.
Yeah. I tried with that one too.
All right, that's all I got.
Yeah, I didn't love it. I didn't. Yeah.
Again, we don't know and this is why I struggle with doing my podcast. This is why I struggle with doing stand up at this moment because I don't know what people find funny anymore, and I think it's our job to find the funny. Or to teach people how to laugh at things again. So I'm trying to find a way to teach people how to laugh again, to teach people what a joke is.
Well, you can find that if you come to my album taping.
He's got the plug in.
Hey, that's right.
Look at what he did.
That's right, guys. Thursday, October 8th, I'm recording my first live album at the Newark Culture Club. Come on through. Tickets are available. You can see me run through the whole thing. First run, September 3rd, also a Thursday, at QED in Astoria, Queens. You can find tickets to all that at Darren Credible, DARINcredible.com.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bam.
Wow.
Not bad, eh?
Are you coming out with an album too, right? There's an album coming out?
It's an album is coming out. I'm doing it. It's I'm making it happen. But you know what? That's rude of me. I shouldn't have promoted myself first because you are our guest. I should have let you promote.
Dude,
you have.
I have nothing going on right now, so I'm happy for you. Okay. I'm ecstatic. I'm like, you know what? If you come out with an album, I will purchase it.
Well, thank you, sir. But where can the people find you on the socials? Where can
you can find me at Nigel Fullerton _. I'm coming up with a new podcast coming soon. Not sure what it's titled yet, but it is in the works. I am coming back to all streaming platforms. Woo. We'll see my face and hear my voice once again. I'm not done with you guys yet. Still got more in store. So yeah.
Right now, are you all done with Murphy Mondays now, or?
I got tired of it. I only have like 3 movies I haven't done.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like I have Harlem Nights, which I feel like a lot of people would listen to, but I also have Pluto Nash, which I don't know how that's going to bring people in, or Daddy Daycare.
Okay.
I'm not doing any of the newer ones. The Pickup or
Candy Cane.
What's the other? Lane. Yeah, Candy Cane Lane. I'm not doing those. So.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, I did. I gave them a good over 40 episodes. I think it made it to 60. So I gave it a good 60 episodes. I redid things. I found out how the Dukes lost money. I found one of the Big Barry White motherfuckers. Like,
nice.
I don't know what else to give you.
No,
okay, all right.
You did your thing, baby. That's cool.
Yeah. People, but you know what's funny? People are still downloading. People are like, I get a lot. Like every Monday, I get a printout of like people downloading. And like 1 week, I had like 75 downloads. So I'm like, how did this happen? And I haven't promoted this in a year.
I don't know. Just things like that happen. God was some mysterious. God's plan.
Who knows? Yeah.
God's plan is Nigel. Well, God's plan.
Nigel, if like when we do Nothing But Trouble, and we probably will get to Nothing But Trouble someday, God help us. We will have you back on to do Nothing But Trouble with us.
Oh, that movie is so bad, but I'll do it.
All right.
I know. We try to space out the bad ones because we can't do too many bad ones in a row because it just gets way too depressing.
I agree. I agree with you.
I always like to at least there be the potential of liking the movie. So, yeah.
Okay. And John, that's our episode, guys. I should wrap this up. That's our episode, guys. Thanks for listening together, as always, to the podcast. You can follow us on the Blue Skies at SNL Nerds. You can donate to our Patreon, Non-Productive.com. You can, what else can you do?
Check us out on the YouTube.
Check us out on the YouTube page. This is all going to be up there. And as always, you can follow me, myself, and I. Darren Credible, Dari Incredible. Follow me. Find all the info I have about the 2 shows and recordings I have coming up. And I just put up a new 5-minute set I did at Eyes Up Here Comedy Festival in Jersey City. So go look at that.
Nice. And you can check me out on Trumbull Comic, TRUMBULL, and the word comic. I don't have nearly as much going on as Darren right now, but maybe someday. Yeah, just follow me, and then maybe someday something will happen for me. Yeah. Maybe I'll discover a formula and transform myself into some soft motherfucker like Buddy Love. It could happen. Yeah, it could happen.
When you see John Trumbull just wearing all the spandex, that's when you know it's happened.
That's right. Okay. I haven't had the guts to wear it now. Yeah. I'm waiting to get that X off my shirt, but
X gonna give it to you.
Yeah,
I just see the two of you going back to back with double spandex.
Nice.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry for that mental image. I'm
Mel Gibson and Danny Glover just back to back.
Nice. New wrestling team. Love it.
I gotta get a nice mullet wig.
So that's the episode. So tune in next week. Should we tell them what we're gonna do next week, John? Should we?
Yes. If you remember, because I don't. We've really gone through so many upcoming episodes. I'm forgetting what we have next. What do we have next, Darren?
Next week we're gonna talk about a movie that almost didn't come out. A movie David Zaslav didn't want you to see, guys.
That's right.
Coyote versus Acme. We're talking all about it. Brand new film. In the theaters, we're going to give you our thoughts. Mr. Will Forte, Mr. John Cena. Next episode. Boom.
Wile E. Coyote.
Oh, yes, of course. Wile E. Coyote. Looney Tunes.
Mm-hmm.
It's all happening, baby.
I'm looking forward to that. The trailers look really good. It looks like it's a really funny movie. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm glad it finally is seeing the light of day. That's great.
Yeah, we'll really have to get into the whole history of it, too.
Yeah, because there's a lot to unpack there. So, and we'll get into it all.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah. So that's going to be us next week. So join us then. But until then, nerds out. Yeah.
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.